Today we are going to discuss about microorganisms, friends and foe. What are microorganisms or microbes? Very small organisms which cannot be seen with the naked eye is called microorganism. It can be unicellular or it can be multicellular. It may exist alone like amoeba or in colonies like fungi or bacteria. Found in all kinds of environment like ice, cold climate, hot spring, desert, marshy lands, etc. They are also found inside the bodies of other organisms. What are the types of microorganisms? They are bacteria, fungi and algae. So, there are many types of bacteria. Bacteria are non-green unicellular plants which are visible only under electron microscope. They have a rigid cell wall, they do not possess a well-developed nucleus. Fungi lack chlorophyll and hence are unable to perform photosynthesis and produce their own food. So they are called the non-green plants. There are over 1 lakh species of fungi. So some common fungi are bread mold, mushroom and rust. Protozoa. These are mostly aquatic and few forms occur in the body of animals as parasite. They have pseudopodia or they can have cilia like paramecium. They do not possess a cell wall. Next one is algae. The plant body is called thallus, which may be unicellular or it can be colonial in nature. They occur in land as well as in water. Based on pigmentation, they are classified into red, brown and green algae. Virus can be of many shapes. They can be rod-shaped virus, polygonal shaped, spherical and cubical shaped virus. They exhibit the characters of living and non-living things. Viruses are different from other microorganisms as they reproduce only in the body of host organism like bacteria, plants or animals. So example is HIV virus or it can be the novel coronavirus. What are the friendly microorganisms? Making curd from milk, making bread, making alcohol, making medicine, we use so many microorganisms. The bacterium called lactobacillus reproduces in milk and helps to convert milk into curd. The fungus called yeast reproduces in flour, dough and produces carbon dioxide during respiration, which makes the dough soft and help in making bread, cakes, biscuit, pastries, etc. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. The fungus called yeast reproduces in sugar solution and converts it into alcohol. This process is called fermentation process. Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation in 1857. Some bacteria and fungi are used to make medicines which kill or stops the growth of diseases causing microorganisms. Such medicines are called antibiotics. Example, streptomycin, tetracycline, erythromycin, etc. are the example of antibiotics. Next is we also use microorganisms to increase the soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microbes are called biological nitrogen fixers. They also help to clean the environment. Microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plant and animals and convert them into simple substances which are again used by other plants and animals. Next one is important, that is harmful microorganisms. Some microorganisms cause diseases in plants and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called the pathogens. Some microorganisms grow in food substances and produce toxic substances and makes the food poisonous. Food poisoning causes illness and even death. Some microorganisms spoil materials like clothing, leather, and wood. So, what are pathogens? Disease-causing microorganisms are pathogens. They enter our body through air, water, food, contact, or insects. Disease which can spread from an infected person to a healthy person are called communicable disease. They can be cholera, common cold, chickenpox, tuberculosis, etc. Some insects and animals act as a carriers of disease causing microbes. That means they carry those pathogens into a healthy person's body. Suppose the housefly, female Anopheles mosquito which cause the malaria disease, female Aedes mosquito which cause the dengue fever. They are the carriers of such diseases. So you can see it in the picture. Next is disease causing microorganisms in plants. Microorganisms cause diseases in plants like rice, wheat, potato, sugarcane, apple, orange, etc. These diseases reduce crop yield. They can be controlled by using chemicals which kill the microbes. You will find that in your book this kind of table is already given. So go through them. Human disease, causative microorganism, mode of transmissions are mentioned there. And there is also some common plant disease caused by the microorganism. So food poisoning could be due to consumption of food spoiled by microorganisms. So it is important to preserve our food. Food preservation can be done by so many methods. First of all, there is chemical method. Pickles can be preserved by using chemical like salt and edible oil. Jam and squashes can be preserved by using sodium benzoate, sodium metabisulfate. These chemicals are called the preservatives. Next is salting. Food items like fish, meat, amla and so many can be preserved by using common salt. It prevents the growth of microbes. Our main motto is to preserve our food so that we can use them for a long time. Next is by using sugar. It reduces the moisture content which inhibits the growth of bacteria. By using oil and vinegar. It prevents spoilage of pickles because bacteria cannot live in such environment. Vegetable, fruit, fish and meat are often preserved by this method. Heat and cold treatments. Heating food items kill microbes. That's why we always heat our food before eating. Storing food items at low temperature prevents growth of microbes. That's why we use our refrigerator. Storage and packing. Many food items are stored in airtight container to protect them from the microbes. So what is pasteurization? The process of heating milk to about 70 degrees centigrade for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilling it to prevent the growth of microbes. Process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Next is nitrogen cycle. Look at the top. There is atmospheric nitrogen. So from that thing, lightning fixes the nitrogen from the atmosphere and it converts into the compounds of nitrogen and it dissolves in the soil. What happens? The dissolved nitrogen then uptaken by the plants. Again, some animals eat those plants and it gets transferred to their body. After that, nitrogenous waste from the excretion and dead decaying matter again mixed in the soil. Then what happened? Then bacteria turn the compound of nitrogen into gaseous nitrogen. There are some bacteria we have already discussed. They are called the denitrifying bacteria. They help in this process. They again convert it into the atmospheric nitrogen. Then again nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue-green algae fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Then again it forms the compounds of nitrogen in the soil. Okay, so it's a cyclical process. That's why we call it the nitrogen cycle. That is all for today. So student, revise the chapter again. Thank you.